Okay folks, another video today. A few weeks back I was contacted by Lucy from One Leaf, and she asked me if I wanted to test out the new One Leaf Plus, which basically it includes the One Leaf NV100 Commander, which is a night and day vision rifle scope attachment where you can record through your scope. The Plus actually brings on a dedicated rifle scope made for One Leaf, and it's already got the attachment bracket built into the scope, so there's no messing. The scope's been purpose built to suit the actual One Leaf itself, the NV100, and this is what I got the other day, and it is well packaged box. And inside we have cleaning cloth and a user manual, and then it's really well packed. Take the covers out. It actually does come with a spare 45mm adapter if you want to fit it to a different scope with that kind of setting. Comes with a spare eye cup. Now that's the scope itself. On each end, if you look at the back end, that is a purpose built attachment. It says on the end Rapid Fire Plus. The scope is a rapid fire. Really nice scope, chunky monkey I call it. 30mm tube, 56mm objective lens, it's nitrogen filled, and well coated optic lens there. See on the back it's the 56 ocular lens, like I say, and it's got a 3:12 times zoom on it, and the actual One Leaf just attaches in the back. It's like a bayonet fixing. This particular scope is side focusing, and it's also illuminated reticle in red, and that goes from 1 to 11 times of illumination settings. It's got scope caps on the scope. One click is 1/8 minute of angle. So really really fine scope adjusting there. On the parallax it's adjustable from 15 yards up to infinity. So that is a scope. It also comes with its own medium scope rings, which are really good. A hand tightened screw on the side. These are actually for Picatinny, but you can use any 30mm covers. Now for the spare one, if you can use it on a different scope that's got a 45mm ocular lens end, it's got some tape that you can put around just to get it a good tight seal. It comes with a USB adapter there, so you can hook it up to your computer. Also comes with a couple of O-rings and a couple of Allen keys, locking nut, and then it's got a screwable cap there. I'm not quite sure what that's for yet. And then finally we've got the One Leaf camera itself. What's good about this, it's nice and short. I mean, you've all know I've got the Wildguarder. Now the advantage this has got over the Wildguarder, it's not as big as the Wildguarder. The Wildguarder is about as long again, so you've really got to mount it forward. On the top of these, it's got a 850 nanometer torch. Actually comes with a battery, so you need to unscrew the battery. Inside it's got the contact cover on it, and it's got their own One Leaf design, which I think are made by Samsung. These are 18650 batteries, so if you've got spare batteries you should get plenty of life on these. I'll have a look how long you get on a charge on these. It all depends if you're using the infrared torch or not. That if once you start using that, that adds to it, but normal you should get at least 4 hours, so I'll confirm that. These are the flathead type batteries, so that goes in straight forward. So from there, that is now live, it can be switched on. It's got a back cover on here in plastic. It's actually switched on there, but basically what it says on the cover, IR light is forbidden to aim at the eyes. So you when you press the power button, the green light comes on just there, which is on there, and you can see through the screen. So in daylight use it's in full colour. It's 1080 HD, so it's really clear, and it's got a really good CMOS processor inside. So the information on the One Leaf Plus, right, that's including the scope and the actual camera. It's 56mm objective lens, best light performance, elimination of dark corners, plus it's got a 30mm tube to increase light performance as well. 312 by 56 side focus, parallax and illuminated reticle, nitrogen filled and fully coated lens, waterproof, fog proof and shock proof. Side parallax, like I said before, is from 15 yards to infinity. The One Leaf zoom on these, depending on which one you get, so there are two versions of the One Leaf Commander. One comes with a 12mm lens, which is suited to air gunners. The other one is a 16mm lens that doesn't give you a wide field of view, but it's ideal for long range shooting if you've got a firearm or something like that. So if you zoom that into 3 times on the digital, and you've already got this zoomed into 12 times, that gives you like 36 times zoom. And depending on what kind of scope you got on its actual zoom anyway, that you can see 1, 2 or 3 times zoom on that, or multiply what you've got on your scope. The red illuminator's got 11 settings. It's got there are medium Picatinny mounts, and they are pretty solid looking at those. Purpose built for the scope by the scope manufacturer. Like I said, it's got the cleaning cloth, the adapter. It comes with the 2 scope covers, lens covers. It's got a 2-year warranty on both items. So first impressions for me, first purpose-built scope. It's a chunky monkey, that's what I'd say. Yeah, quite compact actually. Quite compact. Right, the scope did actually come with a battery already included. It's the CR2030 battery. You see it's got a coin slot there, you just take that out, but it's already fitted, and really nice reticle, and it's a mil-dot line reticle, very similar to the Hawk scope reticle. Very similar. It makes you wonder if it's made by Hawk. Very impressed with the scope. Now, if you do want to see more on this, Steve Allen from Airgunology, he's already done a video on it. There's a few more out there. But you can just use it as a scope when you're not wanting to record anything. but it gives you the option that you can record in the daytime or at night time. It also comes already fitted with a 32 gigabyte micro SD card. It's got a connector in there for the USB cable, so you can hook it up to your computer. You can charge it with that if you want, but I've got a separate charger. I'll just take it out and charge it with that. Also got spare batteries, and it's also got a little adapter there for an earpiece if you want to listen to what's on the recorder on playback. It also has a laser built into it as well, so it's just there. So put your laser on, your laser into your 0 point, and then you if you're ratting or something at 20 yards or whatever, once that laser's on, although it could disturb the rats, you don't really need it, but it's there if you want it. So that is a scope. I think I've covered that. Bit on the Commander itself, the NV100. Clip-on recordable night day vision system, 1080 Sony Starvis CMOS sensor. Now Steve Allen, he's got the pod as well, and he says that the quality on this is better than on his pod. And the price of these is $399. That includes delivery. So depending on the exchange rate, that's what it's going to cost you. So it's going to be just under I did say $299, didn't it? Yeah, $299. Depending on the exchange rate, it's going to be less than £300 anyway. Probably about $295, something like that. That's just for the pod itself. If you want the pairs, the One Leaf Plus, including the scope, it's around $500. So that'll be just under the £500, which is really good value. So you've got daytime colour use through the One Leaf, and you've got night vision mode, which comes out in black and white, but it's got different settings on the torch, so you can increase the strength of that if you want. But it's supposed to be good out to 328 yards with the illuminator that's built into it. If you want to go further, you just get add on more night vision torches. It's also got slow motion built into it. I think I mentioned that before, which is really good. It does slow it down really well. Very, very good indeed, actually. If you want to do slow mo shots and watch the pellet in flight. So classic durable water housing, waterproof on the housing on it. Don't mean you can say dip it in a bucket of water, but if you're out in the rain, it's not going to damage it. It's got an actual rubber cover on the side, and like I say, the housing's all waterproofed. Dioptric ocular focus ring at the back. So when you switch it on, you'll go to the ocular settings, and by turning the ocular ring just there, you'll focus it in. You'll see a black screen and it's got lines on it, and then you focus that ring until all the lines are clear to your eye, because everybody's eyes are different. So you focus it into your eye, and then when you've done that, you use the focus on the side there to focus parallax. So the best way to do it really is get your scope on, get your scope sorted out first, parallax it to your distance, focus it to your eye and to the distance where you're shooting, fit the Commander, and then start focusing in from Commander to scope. That's your best way of doing it, I'd say. It's got a Samsung original 18650 rechargeable battery, but like you've seen before, it says One Leaf on the battery, but it's obviously a Samsung one. It's been rebadged, so you're getting a quality battery. Like I said, it's got the two lens options, a 12mm lens and the 16mm. One's for air gunners at 12mm, and then long range 16-4 firearm users out there. That's saying on here now that the 12mm lower base magnification of 1 times up to 6, it says here. So you will have a wider field of view on display. The 16mm version has a magnification of 4 to 24 times and a smaller field of view. This makes it suited to long range nighttime shooting. So that is initial specifications. Like I say, it comes with a really good manual there. You can download the manual as well. So if your eyesight's not good like me, you can download it as a PDF file and then get on your computer and blow it right up and have a damn good read of that. So what I'm going to do next is mount the scopes of the rifle. I'm going to zero the scope in, then I'm going to fit the One Leaf, because I know it's a combination, but I mean it's a really nice little scope that. I'd say it's less than 300mm, but it's solid, really solid, well made looking at it. So I'll mount it to the rifle. I'm using my reed tape because it's got Picatinny rails on it. If you've got a dovetail rifle, I don't know if you can actually ask for dovetail mounts, but failing that, you just buy yourself a pair of dovetail mounts anyway to suit. They're cheap enough. So I'm going to mount it to the rifle. I'm going to zero the scope in, and I'll mount the One Leaf. We'll do some zero testing with the scope, then the actual One Leaf, and see how it looks through it. And then later on we'll go outside in the night, in the dark, and we'll see how it performs.